Hi everybody, Mark Rich, author of Love, a Trilogy. Today I'd like to talk with you a little bit about something that's near and dear to my own heart, and that's the subject of love. How can we have more love? How can we be more loving people? And just what the heck is love anyway? These are questions that I've been asking myself for a long time now. I've been on a spiritual path now since about 1982. It's about 30 years now that I've been studying with different spiritual teachers all over the United States of America and some people from different countries as well. Every spiritual path that I've been a part of, or every spiritual path that I've walked down, every spiritual tradition talks about love and the power of love and how love is so important in our lives. And I started thinking a lot about love, especially the last 3 years as I started really examining my relationships with women and my business and my health and all the different things in my life. And I really started to realize that love was a very important thing. And the more I studied this and the more I thought about it, I realized there's actually 3 steps that we all go through to becoming more loving. And the first step, like I just mentioned, is the step of realizing that it's important to be a loving person. So realization is the first step. In the step of realization, what happens is we start to examine our lives and start to see that it's important to be loving. And usually, for most people, it's a way. It happens because they realize that when they're being more loving, they're having more fun. They're happier. They're healthier. They're more fulfilled. They're having better relationships with other people. So this step of realization is very important in that it really brings to us, inside of us, an epiphany of understanding that, it is important to be loving. Love is an important thing to have, and it's one of those aha types of experiences that takes us to a place where we're really willing to question our motives, how we're doing things, our emotions, our spiritual orientation. And also, we start to ask ourselves, just what is love anyway? And part of the step of realization is coming to a place where we have a clear definition of what love really is. And love is really acceptance. And that's all it is. Love is very, very simple. The simplicity of love is really the power of love. And part of my mission in life and part of what I do with people is bring people back from the idea of having to embellish the idea of love being a lot of complex ideas and really keep focusing people on this one idea of love being acceptance. And part of the step of realization here is coming to that place where you have a clear definition. My realization of love is that it is nothing more than acceptance. And I've been studying this for a long, long time, and I don't see any evidence to suggest otherwise. And I'm not telling you what to believe, but coming back to a place where you're able to accept something as being very simple, and also being able to have disciplines which strengthen that love. Strengthen that. And that's the second step. It's the step of empowerment. In the step of empowerment, what happens is we're consciously applying disciplines to become a more loving person. The primary discipline that I teach is a self-love exercise, which takes you to a place of greater love for yourself. You accept yourself on deeper and deeper levels. This is in order to become a more loving person. If you want to love your wife or your husband, for instance, you have to learn to love yourself more first. And this is key. It's absolutely key. The ability to love comes from your ability to accept yourself on deeper and deeper levels. So if you want to love other people, you got to go to inside of yourself first. And in the step of empowerment here, the primary discipline that I teach is the self-love exercise, which takes you to that place of loving yourself more, and then you can start to accept other people. Remember, we're not trying to look for a more complicated definition of love. We're trying to find the essence of what love is and master the disciplines that allow us to have more of that. And the simplest truths in life are the most powerful. And if you study with any spiritual teacher anywhere, they're going to tell you over and over again simple ideas. And it's not complicating those ideas. It's being able to grasp and to own and to be those simple truths in life that really give you the power to have a more loving life, to being a more loving person. So the second step is the it's the step of empowerment. The third step to being a more loving person is the step of mastery. In the step of mastery, what's happened is that we've consciously applied being a loving person so much in the step of empowerment that we start to love habitually. We don't even think about it. It just happens. It comes out of us. We just start doing it. We're loving other people. We're loving ourselves as part of our lifestyle. It's something that we do every day. We're applying specific disciplines. The primary one I teach, once again, is the self-love exercise. But we've applied those disciplines enough to where we're just doing it automatically. A lot of you right now are sitting on a computer. You're sitting in front of a screen and you have the keyboard right in front of you. When you first learned how to type, you had to put your fingers on the keyboard. It's ASDF, there's GH in the middle, JKL and a semicolon off to the side, and you learned to type. And when you first started, you're thinking, okay, where's the W? And you had the fingers are going here and there, and you're hitting the return button on a typewriter probably. That was a long time ago for some of the younger people. They've never learned how to do that. They're just hitting the enter button. But when you first started learning how to do that, it was something that you had to apply for a long period of time before you actually started to get to where it just became automatic. And the step of mastery is where it's a habit. It's something that you just do. You're unconsciously competent at loving. And this is where you want to get to. But in order to get to this place of mastery, you have to consciously apply being a loving person here in the step of empowerment. You'll never want to go through all the different disciplines that you'll need to go through in the step of empowerment unless you think it's important because you realize that it's important. So these three steps are going to take you to a place of a stronger love for yourself, and then once you've got that stronger love for yourself, you're giving that love to other people, to your pets, to the environment, to the earth, whatever thing you happen to be focused on. These three steps are going to help you in your life, and they're going to help you in ways that you're not going to really realize as you're going through this. And the reason I say that is in life, as we become more loving people, what happens is we start to be more fulfilled. We start to be happier, more joyous, experience a greater level of bliss or ecstasy or rapture. You want to have more money. You want to have better health. You want to have a better sex life. You want to have a better relationship. You want to take better care of your children. All of those things come about as a result of your ability to generate that love inside of yourself first. You have to learn to love yourself first before you can give that love to other people. And it doesn't work any other way. Learn to love yourself first. You'll be able to give that love to other people, and you'll also be able to receive their love coming back at you. And their love coming back at you is really important because you won't be able to receive somebody else's love unless you've learned to love yourself first by following these three steps. You give your love to other people, but other people want to love you in return or just for no reason at all. But your ability to receive other people's love is dependent on your ability to love yourself. So This 3-step path has a lot of different purposes. It's going to allow you to love yourself, it's going to allow you to love other people, and it's going to allow you to receive other people's love back, coming back to you. And isn't this what we really all want in life anyway, is to love and to be loved? Isn't that what poets have written about and people sing songs and ballads about? Love is important to us as human beings. It's always been important to us because it's going to help us to find a deeper level of fulfillment and a better life. So I encourage you to check out Love a Trilogy. I think it's going to inspire you to think about these 3 steps and how you can follow them. I'm going to follow this book up with another book, or two, actually several more books, where I actually give you the self-love exercise. You can start to practice that. Once you've read that book, it'll be on Amazon. But check out Love a Trilogy and start thinking about these 3 steps. If you have any questions, you can pop me an email and I'll send you an email back. And start to work with that. And it'll help you to find a better life. You won't have that degree of fulfillment and joy and ecstasy and all the good things in life that you really want without love. So love deeply, and it'll help you to live your life to the most powerful level that you're capable of. And I know you can do it. Thank you very much.